3, ready, 1.
Welcome back to
Go!
Grabyourbrew, and if you...
I'm sorry. I got a bit giddy.
I think there's a delay in our voice, because I was like full on mid intro, and you were like, go! Blooper.
I got excited.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, breathing techniques. Okay.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I'll behave now. Sip of water, calm myself. This is because I've not been out of the house and had enough interaction. Gone a bit giddy.
A house full of sicklies. Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1. Welcome back to Grabyourbrew, and if you're new, welcome. Please like and subscribe. Grab your brew and join us as we deep dive into the Boogeyman.
Tonight we're going to pull back the covers. We're looking under the bed and in the wardrobes and closets and seeing what's been there for thousands of years. Not just the Western Boogeyman, you know, the one your mum threatened you with when you wouldn't sleep, but for hundreds of versions all over the world, although we're not going to give you hundreds just yet.
Which is wild, because apparently no matter where you're born, parents everywhere collectively decided, yeah, let's just traumatize these kids into behaving.
Exactly. Forget gentle parenting. Medieval mums had demons on speed dial.
So put the lights down low. Let me not break into song, because I promise you I'm tone deaf. Hold on to your brew and let's get into it.
Right, so what is the Boogeyman? Well, it's not one specific guy, you know, creepy in a trench coat, but the word comes from Middle English, and it's a funny word, booger. Means goblin. Essentially the original monster under the bed.
So basically, in the 1200s, kids were being told, go to bed or the booger will get you. Which is ironic, because booger is like snot picking your nose in America.
I know, it's funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, I mean, quite frankly, it's hell of a story, a time story, isn't it? Imagine being tucked in with that. Go to sleep or the booger will get you.
You'd be
Big boss, stop
surprised.
coming for me.
I think that's worse than the ghost, to be honest.
I know.
I just had a mental image of the film Flubber.
Oh, God, yeah. Blubber,
Yeah.
blubber, blubber.
And the thing is, it's universal. Every culture has its own version, as that's a running theme with our show. Sometimes it's a witch, sometimes it's a goblin, sometimes an old man with a sack, which reminds me of Krampus. But the themes are all the same. If you misbehave, kids get eaten, much like Krampus.
Yeah, or kidnapped, or drowned, or if you're especially unlucky, you get put on a stew.
Lovely jubbly. I'll just sip my brew and pretend that's not horrible parenting.
Oh no, don't worry, you'll get used to it. Tonight's going to be a long parade of nightmare fuel.
Alrighty, let's start in Europe, the classic home turf of bedtime stories.
It is. So first we've got Al Coco in Spain, or Al Cuco, Al Cucai, sorry. Shapeless, literally a shadow, or sometimes, you know, the polar opposites. Big, giant, hairy monster. He's the one Mum's warned about with the lullaby. Sleep, child, or I'll Cuco get you.
Come, little children, I'll take you away. Sorry. Told you could not sing.
For SJP.
That is so creepy, though. Imagine singing your kids a sweet lullaby and then casually dropping in, oh, by the way, if you don't sleep, a faceless ghoul will come and steal you away.
Bet it works better than Calpol. Guaranteed drowsy toddler.
Or melatonin. Americans use a lot of melatonin.
Do they?
Yeah. Then we've got, like, excuse me if I do say this wrong, because it's croque-mitaine. Croque-mitaine. Yeah, croque-mitaine in France.
Yeah.
My French teacher would be appalled with me, which is crazy because we were not allowed to go into class unless we spoke French. But anyway, so croque-mitaine in France. His name literally means...
You said cock?
I did. Cock. I corrected myself. Croque-mitaine. But anyway, seriousness. Croque-mitaine in France. His name literally means crunch hand. That's scary. He doesn't just grab naughty children, but he crunches them.
Delicious. A hand with texture.
Jodie! It's like mincemeat. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm just saying he's got branding. Eat your veg or crunch hand will get you. It's memorable.
Okay, I get it. Then we can't even skip over the Alps of our wonderful Krampus. Half ghost,
Krampus.
half demon. All Christmas nightmares. Much like the Nightmare Before Christmas, one of my faves, by the way.
Yeah.
He comes out with St. Nicholas, Santa's basically evil twin, his counterpart per se, and instead of toys, he's handing out lashes with birch sticks. Mhm.
Shoving kids into sacks, which, let's be honest, makes Santa's coal punishment look quite cozy.
Yeah, I think I prefer the coal. I do like the balance, though. One guy gives you sweets, the other guy beats you. It's basically like a festive good cop, bad cop.
Oh, gosh. Exactly. Imagine the trauma bonding. Did you get chocolate orange? No, but Krampus drags me down the street. Merry Christmas!
So you were the one that stole the money then? Sorry. It's like snitching on them too. It's like I got lashes, so you did do that then.
No.
Can't hide from Krampus.
Mm-mm.
And there's this Slavic, I'm sorry guys. And then
Slavic.
there's a Slavic queen herself, Baba Yaga, the witch in the
Yay.
woods who lives in a hut on chicken legs.
Yeah, she's an icon. Each part's terrifying and weirdly fabulous. She'll eat you if you mess up, but sometimes she helps heroes.
So basically she's unpredictable, like if Gordon Ramsay ran a daycare.
Spot on.
And basically, if you think about it, do you think maybe it was misinterpreted over the years and it was just a woman living in the woods that had chickens?
I don't know. I think there's a root of truth in everything.
Mm-hmm.
Humans just aren't that imaginative, so.
True, but it could have got lost in translation throughout the years. You know how kids
True.
work.
Yeah.
And on top of that, Britain had its own brand of horror, like raw head and bloody bones, which sounds like death metal band, really, if you think about it. But it was actually a bogey used to scare kids away from water. Smart. I often just say stay away from the water or you're going to drown and die. But I'm more blunt parenting type. That's my style. Parents would say he lived under the stairs or near ponds and would pull children in, which I understand saying he lives in the water and pulling them in, but under the stairs, what's that got to do with keeping them away from bodies of water?
So basically, don't drown in the pond dressed up as a cannibal skeleton. It's efficient. It's efficient. What can you say?
Mm-hmm.
Medieval parenting at its best.
Yes, I think we've carried some of that stuff down with us. I don't know. Or maybe we need to. Huh. So Europe's got plenty. Europe has got plenty, but let's hop on over to other parts of the world.
Yeah, so in the Middle East, the ghoul. Arabic folklore has this. It's like a shape-shifting, desert-dwelling monster that eats human flesh. Sometimes it's in graveyards, sometimes it's in the dunes. It's always hungry.
Oh, so the world's ghoul we use today comes... I'm going to redo that one. Oh, so the word ghoul we use today comes from that.
Exactly. It wasn't just used on kids. It was like a universal warning. Don't wander into the desert alone or you'll get munched.
Makes sense. The desert's already scary enough without adding any cannibalism.
I know. I've never been to one.
We all know the cannibals stay in the wooded areas.
Then we've got Southern Africa. Now, I don't know if I'm saying this right. So, Southern Africa, we've got the Tokoloshe. So, it's a tiny, mischievous.
Like
it does Tokoloshe. I said it last time. I love words that are fun to say, but the more you say them, the more
Yeah.
wrong they sound.
Yeah.
Feels like it
Like
should
a
have a little dance
locomotion.
to go with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Sorry. On point.
so it's a tiny, mischievous, hairy creature, and it sneaks into the house at night,
Mm.
but then it causes illness, death, and misfortune. Parents warn kids, basically to keep them in line. So it's like,
So like
behave,
creepy
and the
little gremlins that
tuberculosis
live
come
under
in.
creepy little gremlins that live under the bad vibes.
Exactly.
And Asia, oh, Asia has some of the best ones like Japan. We know how Japan is. And theirs is called Namahage. Men dress up as horned demons on New Year's, banging on doors and shouting, "Any lazy kids in here?" No wonder they're like so academically amazing. They get terrified.
Could you imagine it in the UK, New Year's Eve, some bloke in a mask barges in and yells at your kids? It's like the
Oh
police would be
gosh.
there instantly. We're a bit soft over here, though, at the moment, so.
At the moment, yeah, they need to rein it back in. We're in Japan. It is a proper festival, an actual festival. I kind of want to go to this festival. It's scary, but also kind of fun. But I'd love to see it.
Yeah,
Sorry,
it'd
go
be
ahead.
fun if you're not the child being screamed at.
Oh yeah, definitely. I shut down as a kid. Even now as an adult, if you yell at me, I shut down.
Yeah.
Ooh, and don't forget the kappa, a turtle
Oh,
like
God.
river demon that drags kids into water. Parents literally used him to keep children safe from drowning.
Oh, classic. Kids, can we swim? Parents, no, there's a demon that'll suck your guts out through your bum. Job done.
That reminds me of a Are You Afraid of the Dark story. You remember where it was in the pool thing was killing him? But anyway,
Yeah.
that's lovely. Moving on swiftly.
Well, not with us. Let's move to Latin America. La Llorona. For
La
those who didn't see the
Llorona!
last, yeah, we love saying that. La Llorona. Just sounds so good. So for
It
people who
does.
didn't see our last episode, the Weeping Woman. According to legend, she drowned her children and now roams waterways crying and looking for replacements.
So, you're telling kids don't play by the river or the ghost mamas will steal you and maybe drown you.
Correct, effective, brutal.
Mhm. Then there's Almabre del Saco. I know I probably butchered that up, but you're gonna deal with it because you're still here with us. The sack man,
Please stay.
basically. Please stay, like and subscribe. The sack man, literally a guy with a sack who grabs naughty children and carries them off. Where do they go? That's the question. Does he bring them back by a train?
Oh, I hope so. Minimal effort, maximum terror.
And in the Andes, you've got Pitaco. Pishaco. Pishaco? This
Peach
this
taco. Like peach
Pishaco.
taco.
Kind of it goes two ways in my ADHD brain. First, it's please taco, and the other way in my head is like Pikachu. Sorry. So, Peach taco, this fat stealing boogeyman, usually imaged as a creepy stranger who drains fat from people, especially children. Can you come visit me? I'll
That's
be
like,
naughty, I promise.
that's the worst liposuction ever. But don't forget North America's Wendigo. I love the Wendigos. A cannibal spirit of greed and starvation, roaming the forest. Again, stay out of the woods, kids.
Oh gosh, honestly, forests, rivers, deserts, nowhere is safe.
That's the point, though, isn't it? That's why the boogeyman is universal.
So why does every culture invent a monster to scare children?
Because fear works. Brutal, but it's as simple as that. Tell a kid don't go near the river and they'll argue with you. Tell them a water goblin will drag you under and eat your intestines, they'll stay home. I mean, I would.
That's so grim, but I guess you're not wrong. I guess it's only the same as saying don't run into the road because a car will hit you and you'll die.
Well, yeah. So, boogeymen are basically parental outsourcing. I don't want to be the bad guy, so let's blame Crunch Hand or the second man.
It's very practical, really. These monsters have kept kids from real danger, from drowning, stranger danger, getting lost. But it also reflects cultural fears, like the Wendigo is about greed and the Pishtaco is about exploitation. And then, of course, you've got the Tokaloshe, which is about misfortune and illness, regardless of how fun the word is to say.
I know. They're basically mirrors of society's anxieties dressed up in monster form, aren't they, really?
Yeah, and then of course in modern times, Boogeyman's morphed into like a cult portrait icon, like Michael Myers is literally called the Shape. John Wick gets named
Mm.
Baba Yaga, and don't forget the Slender Man, the internet's very own Boogeyman.
Yeah, it just proves that the archetype isn't dying. It just updates with the times, doesn't it? There'll always be something
Yeah,
new, a new boogeyman. It's like the concept just evolves over time.
but if you think about it, wouldn't demonic spirits, which are like the Boogeyman and everything, they've been here longer than we have, work with technology too? Because we have all these airwaves
Mm,
that they can now travel through. So instead of terrorizing one household, they can terrorize multiple households at one time.
I have to do a different,
Group for thought.
yeah, a different episode for that one.
Mhm. Yeah. So tonight we've gone around the world with the boogeyman, from Krampus to Kappa, from La Llorona and raw-headed and bloody bones.
Plenty of monsters to ruin your sleep. You're
Mm.
welcome.
Which one would you least want to meet, Jodie?
Sorry, just so I've got the end. 3, 2, 1. Honestly, it would be Pishtaco. If I'm going
Tickle!
down, yeah, if I'm going down, it's not going to be some fat sucky weirdo unless he knew when to stop. Then I'd be down with that. It's like
That's
just suck enough
fair.
out. Just a bit, just from
That's fair, but
here,
it's like
bit
I
from
I
here.
could be like, we could find some monster hunters and just like have them jump in right where we've got free lipo.
Come
Like, quick,
on.
get them now. Hold on, let me get 3 more pounds. Right now, get them now, please. Sorry, but I think Krampus would traumatize me enough because Christmas is stressful as it is. And have you seen the
Ah,
festivals of Krampus? Oh my days.
oh, we need to go to one at some point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good choice. Good choice.
Yeah, because I actually Krampus existed before Santa Claus, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Well,
Anyway,
Saint Nicholas is more of a Christian concept, is he? So we should do a separate one for them, actually.
they can be our Christmas specials. Alrighty. If you've enjoyed tonight's episode, please like and subscribe and share us any way you can. Leave us a review if you want more creepy folklore with your brew.
I would really like to know from anybody watching us, which boogeyman would you least like to encounter? And remember, the next time you hear a creak under the bed, don't look. Don't do it.
Don't be that person. Good night and
Mm-mm.
sleep tight.
And don't let Crunch Hand bite.
Ooh. Bye.
Bye.